In today's video, we'll explore the symptoms of a bad drive belt tensioner. As we typically do, let's first explain its role in your car before going into the specific signs of a faulty tensioner. The belt tensioner serves its purpose right in its name. It ensures tension on the serpentine belt, preventing it from slipping or disengaging. The most common type is the spring-loaded tensioner. Now, let's have the symptoms of a faulty belt tensioner. Symptom number 1, squealing noise. If the belt tensioner doesn't press enough on the belt, it might slip and make a squealing noise. A grinding sound could mean grease leaked from the pulley bearings, drying them out and causing the noise. Continuous squealing often means the idler or tensioner pulley is stuck. Or, if the bearing has too much resistance, the pulley spins slower than the belt, causing slipping and squealing. If you hear the noise from just one pulley, that's probably the problem. But if it seems to come from a bunch of pulleys or moves around under the hood, the tensioner might be shot. That means the belt isn't tight enough, so it slips on almost every pulley it goes over. Symptom number 2, chirping noise. A chirping noise or intermittent squealing is often a sign of a seizing pulley or a bearing with excessive play. This issue typically occurs with the idler pulley or the belt tensioner pulley. When these pulleys play, they move back and forth, causing the belt to slip and produce a chirping noise. This rapid movement results in intermittent squealing rather than a constant sound. If you notice this noise, it's important to identify which pulley it's coming from. The noise is usually distinct enough to locate easily, but be cautious not to get too close to the belt system with your hands or head. Symptom number 3, humming or worrying noise. A humming or worrying noise often means the bearing in the tensioner or idler pulley is worn out. This humming is usually one of the first signs that the tensioner bearing is going bad, though it's not very loud. You'll hear it when you pop the hood, but figuring out which pulley is making the noise can be tricky. So to find out where the humming is coming from, you can use a mechanic's stethoscope. Just touch it near each pulley on the engine block, and you'll hear a noticeable humming or grinding sound from the problem pulley. Symptom number 4, excessive tension or movement. While the car is running, check under the hood. If you see the tensioner shaking a lot, it might be because the spring isn't strong enough or there's a fluid leak. Also, make sure to check that the bolts on the belt tensioner aren't loose, as loose bolts can cause the same shaking. Symptom number 5, power steering issues. In most cars, the auxiliary belt also powers the power steering pump. This might not apply if you drive a car made in the last 10 years, as they often have electric steering. For other cars, this is a common issue. You might notice that the steering feels heavier than usual. Sometimes the steering starts to light, but suddenly gets heavier as you turn. This happens because the power steering pump has more work to do as you turn the wheel. Symptom number 6, worn drive belt. This could happen because the belt slips when the tensioner doesn't apply enough pressure. Sometimes this can cause intermittent issues with the alternator, affecting its output voltage. If your car has a manual tensioner, fixing it might be as simple as adjusting a few bolts to tighten the tension. Symptom number 7, smell of burning rubber. If you smell burning rubber, it means the belt is overheating, and you'll likely hear chirping or squealing noises too. This smell means the belt has been slipping a lot, causing it to get so hot that it starts to melt from rubbing. It's important to get to a repair shop soon because the belt could break soon. While a fire is unlikely, if the belt snaps, you could suddenly lose power steering while really dangerous driving. There you have it, the symptoms of a bad drive belt tensioner. If you notice any of these on your vehicle, such as noise, vibration, or issues with steering or accessories, it's important to address them immediately. One thing you can do, aside from going to a mechanic, is to visually inspect the tensioner and belt for any signs of wear, damage, or looseness. Check that all bolts and connections are secure. You can also try adjusting the tensioner if it's manually adjustable and you have the right tools and knowledge. However, if you're unsure or the issue persists, it's still best to seek professional help to avoid further damage or safety risks. If you find videos like this helpful, make sure to like and subscribe so we can assist you fix it.